shit that females are going to hate me for saying, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Are you happy? Are y'all happy now? When I tell y'all that y'all have been wilding about that freaking saying, okay, I will say it. Anyway, watch this.
Some women, they feel like, okay, I wore my lingerie, I slept next to you, I'm touching my booty, and I'm rubbing it up. Like, is that not enough?
That's passive aggressive as
okay, so that's not good enough.
Like if I walk out,
pull down your pants, that's what they want, and just start.
Yes. If I walk out the bathroom, and walk watching your
ladies, wearing lingerie and touching your booty up on your man, you know, sending them little hints, that is not initiating. You are still sending him hints that you want him to initiate. That is all that you're doing. You're letting him know, yes, I am in the mood for sex, but you still want him to get it going. Initiating is when you are starting, you know, the physical act, whether it's kissing, touching, whatever. That's initiating. You getting that part of it going is initiating, not just putting on lingerie. You can't always leave it up to the man to do the real initiating. That will eventually start to feel weird and uncomfortable. Regardless of what y'all think, that is uncomfortable. I would not want to feel like I'm pressuring anybody to have sex. And if I'm always the one initiating, that is what it begins to feel like. And baby, I'm sorry to break it to you, but wearing your lingerie and touching your booty up, that don't count.
You guys want to know some game? Your man really cares about you when you put boundaries on you.
Yeah.
Yo, I don't want you dressed like that. Yo, you know what? I don't really like these pictures on Instagram.
Yeah,
you know what? I don't want you to
that's
dress like this without my presence. No, you ain't going out to the club with them girls. Once a man starts to put boundaries on you, he gives a fuck about you. If he says, oh no, do your thing, blah, 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 let's do an open relationship, all this other shit, he don't give a fuck about you.
She don't care.
And the reason why
That's true.
is because men are visual. If I know, or I can even think that you're with another guy, I'm never going to look at you the same. I'm going to be like, oh, you f***ing slut. Okay. And this is how men really think. We're visual. We can't picture. Even if we know that you used to do some shit before, we don't want to know. Because if we know, we can't take you serious. That little fantasy in our head gets destroyed, and that's it. That's why guys do all this shit. You might say, it's insecure, it's controlling, blah, blah, blah. No, it's controlling you from being a dumb whore and ruining the relationship that we're building together because I see you as the mother of my children. I see you as my potential girl. That's why I'm putting these boundaries on you, because I don't want to destroy what we have.
If a man was working and making $15 an hour, would you marry him and be with him for the rest of your life if that's all he was going to make? $15. $37,000 is what the median income for a male in this country was. You'd be happily married to him and submit to him for a lifetime?
If he's married to me, that's going to change. So
No. I said if he's just an average man. See, y'all all think you have the power of Thanos to make be not what it is. I said if a man was just an average earning man. See, the fact that you can't even.
I can't. You're right. I can't live off that because.
Sure, you can.
If anything were to happen to me, and if he would have to take care of everything, I wouldn't be able to sustain. Like I would have to.
What do you mean you couldn't sustain? I mean, half the country's doing that.
Why is it when a woman doesn't have a man, she often has to take on a masculine role, but when a man doesn't have a woman, he doesn't necessarily have to take on a feminine role?
Ooh. That's too good a question for me to answer personally.
Well, wouldn't that prove that masculinity is more essential for survival than femininity?
Ooh. I had never thought about that, so it's alright.
And if that's true, why is masculinity seen as toxic?
Masculinity is vital for society to continue existing.
How much does he have to pay you every time? Just give me a number.
To hang out, to see me, to chill, anything. That's a days off, which I work. So I'm gonna need like at least $1,500 a day.
At least $1,500 a day. What do we always hear about the passport bros? They go to foreign countries to pay for bedroom fun.
These men are going to these other countries for one thing and one thing only, and that's to get laid. I mean, look at where they're going. The Philippines, Vietnam, Thailand, Dominican Republic, Brazil. Places where sex tourism is extremely popular and the exchange rate for a US dollar is extremely high. These men are literally trying to get the most bang for their buck and chasing the high of feeling like a man they know they could never be.
So these same women that accuse men of paying for tenderloin are offering their services to you in the form of an escort.
I only want you for the money and the clout and for the bills. That's it. If you ain't getting my hair done, if you ain't getting my nails done, if you ain't doing nothing for me, then I don't need you here. It's not 50-50. It's not 80-20. It's 100% to 0.
What's beautiful about it is that they don't even see the hypocrisy of their argument. No different from the drug-addicted homeless man on the streets. These independent ladies no longer feel shame for begging strangers for money.
They would have to pay me.
They would have to pay me.
You ain't lying.
Furthermore, paying for bedtime fun in the USA is like buying a cheeseburger at a Chinese restaurant. What evil mental thoughts would advise you to do that? I want you to really think about what I'm saying. Have you not noticed that most modern women are clearly telling you that they are escorts?
Does anybody want to get married?
Look, but it's average. You just said middle class. Are you living a middle class lifestyle? And if you are, would you go back to it? That's a real question. Would you trade up your millions of dollars, whatever, would you trade this Instagram to go back and work a job? Please answer that, Kevin. Would you?
The difference, excuse me, check that shit. The difference between me and you is I've earned everything I got. You just got a motherfucking opinion. Kevin. Every step, shut up. Every step of the way, I have made myself valuable over my 52 fucking years. Everything that I have is I've earned. See, what you think is Instagram and YouTube, because this social media shit has got you little young people's mind twisted. You think just because I have Instagram and YouTube, they don't pay you on Instagram and YouTube just because people don't come listen to me just because I'm popular. I know what I'm talking about. I've got 20 plus years of experience to pull from. $6 million worth of sales training, multiple different certifications. I am a competent professional. So stop trying to compare yourself to me. Stop.
I'm trying to compare. I'm trying to
Stop. No, shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. And the fact of the matter is, I'm talking with you because the fact of the matter, you called your father average. You said they are average. You said they're average. You said your parents. You said your mother and father are average. You entitled. I swear to God, that's the final straw with me, lady. You said that they're middle class and that's average. As a high school graduate selling bundles, thinking that and you ain't got to pay shit. I hope your father never hears what you said. I hope he doesn't hear it, because that's insulting. They provided you with something that you don't even think. You look at that man who's sacrificing, that woman who sacrificed, and you just shit on everything that they said in front of thousands of people. Don't you think people know your family? Then, like you said, you got 10, 12,000, got $1 million over here. You don't think somebody gonna hear and say, "God damn, do you know what your daughter said about you?"
Can I say something?
Bye.
Why y'all keep thinking my 7 baby mamas are black? I wouldn't fuck a black woman with a hazmat suit on. Why would I want black babies? 9 times out of 10, they gonna be aborted. And 10 out of 10, that black baby ain't gonna have no married black parents. So why would I even try to procreate with a black woman? You got white women, Asian women, Mexicans, then black. Which one you think I want? I want the top tier, baby. Stop assuming that I got 7 black women pregnant when you don't even know me. Talking about I'm affecting the black community. Y'all got the wrong nigga. And another thing, black women got the most baby daddies. Now, think about that shit. Black women are averaging 1.5 to 2 baby daddy. Why would I want something like that? And that
should just be a slut.
Women, sleep with who you want to sleep with. Do it however much you want to.
I f***ed 3 dudes in one night.
I went to a party. I had sex with 3 different guys in one night. I cheated on my boyfriend with a guy I told him not to worry about.
If he goes on vacation with his boys, I am cheating.
I think women should stop sleeping with men, to be honest.
When I'm in a relationship, I don't believe in spending my money on my man.
Like many women, I didn't need a man to buy my house, to buy my car, or keep my lights on. I don't need you guys for anything.
I don't want a son because they're the problem.
Tupac wrote that song, Dear Mama. Remember that?
Yes.
Dear Mama, Tupac said, even if you're a crack fiend mama, you're still a black queen mama.
And even as a crack fiend mama, you always was the black queen mama.
Said daddy didn't care.
Now ain't nobody tell us it was fair. No love from my daddy cause the coward wasn't there. He passed away and I didn't cry.
The fact he took the back way, such and so forth, blah, blah. Because, you know, his daddy wasn't in his life, right?
Right.
Right. Tupac got shot when he was out in New York 5 times. And when he was in the hospital, Tupac got a visitor. You know who it was? His biological father.
I thought my father was dead for all my life. Except after I got shot, I looked up and there was this nigga that looked dead on me. And he was my father, so I found out.
Yeah, okay.
His mother had been lying to him his entire life.
That's
Afeni Shakur lied to Tupac.
Yes.
And Tupac found out that he had and his mother knew his father was alive. Tupac carried that hurt, that pain that he found out after he got shot. Conceivably, Tupac could have been killed before knowing his daddy was alive. And his daddy showed up and said, your mama didn't want to do it. Then Tupac had to address his mother, and she said to go ahead and admit. Go look at the story, check it out yourself.
At first, Tupac's mum Afeni said she didn't know who his father was. Then she told him his father was dead. This is Tupac's biological father, Billy Garland. This is a picture of Billy and his wife, seen here with Tupac and his wife. I asked Billy when he'd lost touch with Tupac.
76, 77.
How old was he then?
He was about 6, 5. He was born in 71.
And then he went off, what, to California?
Went to Baltimore. He went to California. He moved around New York several times. And so...
why did they move so often?
Well, she was on crack. She was on drugs. She did drugs at the time. And one time he was living in shelters. So Pac really had a bad life.
A woman can marry a man, leave him for any reason she wants, even after cheating on him, and still take half the assets and be awarded with an allowance from her ex-husband in perpetuity. It's not only outrageously unjust, but it also purposefully disincentivizes marital fidelity while incentivizing disloyalty and infidelity and divorce. There are many reforms that should be enacted to stop the bleeding here. The alimony system, for one thing, has to be drastically changed. Most alimony laws were created under the assumption that most women would be housewives and they would be stay-at-home moms, and most divorces would be initiated by men who are the sole breadwinners in the family.
This shit still boggles my mind. If a girl wants a guy who's older, it's a preference. If a guy wants a girl who's younger, it's creepy and immature. If a girl doesn't want to date a short guy, it's a preference. If a guy doesn't want to date a girl that's overweight, he's an asshole who's not focused on the things that matter. If a girl wants a guy who can take charge, it's a preference. If a guy wants a girl who will submit to his lead, he's, you guessed it, misogynistic. If a girl sets a boundary, it's empowering. If a guy sets a boundary, it's controlling. Women have preferences, men have something wrong with them. This isn't a double standard, it's just illogical. So why does anyone accept this?
Absolutely. I've never been
Okay,
married.
hold on. Let's just answer these questions. You're a mother of 4, and how many different fathers?
4.
Holy shit. How many times have you been married?
None.
That ain't gonna work.
I've been proposed to 3 times. But
That ain't gonna work. That's not gonna work.
Yeah, I never accepted.
No. What I'm saying is not gonna work. There's no marriage to a woman who has 4 kids by 4 different men who's never been married. What guy wants to follow that?
So your answer is I'm done.
As far as marriage, in all likelihood, yeah. I mean, how old are you?
44.
44. First off, man, let's take you out of it. Let's say you have a brother, right?
Right? 7 of them.
And your brother comes up and says, hey sis, I'm gonna marry this woman with 4 kids by 4 different men. She ain't never been married. What you gonna tell her? Yeah, man, lock that deal down.
Are you asking? Can I respond?
Yeah, what you gonna tell him? You gonna tell him a lot?
So, well, you know.
What are you gonna tell him?
Of course, I'm gonna have my own personal experience in it. So, of course, I'm gonna tell him, okay, yeah, absolutely.
You gonna tell him absolutely?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you love your brother so much you would tell him to marry a woman with 4 kids by 4 different men and he never been married to either one of them. That ain't love. Ma'am, that ain't love.
I mean, there's a history. I mean, it depends on the history.
That ain't love. That ain't okay, ma'am. Listen, this is where you women go wrong because you're too into it. Do you have any sons?
I do, 2 sons.
So 2 of your 2 sons come back and both of them say, "Hey, mom, I found a woman with 4 kids from 4 different men. I'm gonna marry her." You gonna say, "Go ahead, son. Let's go ahead and plan that up."
Probably not.
Exactly.
I'll be honest, probably not.
Exactly.
Yes, absolutely.
Exactly, because the men you're talking about are somebody's sons. I mean, here's the thing: if you didn't need to be married to have babies, you don't need to be married. You don't need to be married now. That's really how men think about it.
Okay, so take marriage out of it, Kevin. So